because I have a coach, she challenged me. She says, Zach, well, why can't you travel and have a business? I was
Mm-hmm.
like, because I had a mindset, well, I'm going to make a lot of money and then I can travel.
Mm-hmm.
She goes, why can't you do it at the same time? She challenged me and said, well, let's book a ticket and let's go. And so obviously there's the journey and the obstacles and the trials and tribulations. And I could tell you horror stories about, you know, all types of things that made me the person I am today. But the biggest thing is I just kept going and I surrounded myself with great people.
Mm. That's the key, man. My mother always tell me, surround yourself with people that's smarter than you.
Oh,
You
you
know,
know it. You know it.
that know more than you do. You don't always have to be the smartest one in the room.
I don't ever want to be I just joined a mastermind and I said, I don't. He told me, he goes, Zach, you're not going to have to worry. You're not going to be the smartest person in the room. I said, I love it.
Oh man, but you're a pretty smart guy, man, so far.
Yeah.
So tell us, Zach, man, tell us about your experiences as a human, behavior, and personal development.
But I didn't have the life that I wanted. I was
Mm,
making six figures plus, and by anybody's standards, I had success, but I wasn't fulfilled.
mm-hmm,
And I wanted more money, I wanted more freedom, and I wanted to be able to, dictate my life. And so I was this socially awkward individual I was afraid of the world. I was afraid of everyone. I broke out in sweats when I would talk to people. I would stutter, my mind would go blank, and I was just probably one of the most socially awkward people you've ever met. And then my friend told me, he goes, Zach, you got to get to this thing that we're having this Saturday. It's personal development. And I said, what's personal development? Right?
mm,
Where I come from, we either go to church, drink, or don't talk about
yeah,
it.
yeah.
And I chose drinking, man. I was drinking every night because I couldn't handle the stress of life.
Mm,
And I went to this personal development seminar, and there was this guy, and I remember I was crying for like 4 hours straight. And and the reason I was crying is because I was like, oh, here's the door to the way out, the way out of this self-imposed challenge. I don't want to use the H word, but self-imposed mind trap that I've been in. I hated my life and I didn't want to be where I was at, but I didn't know how to get out of there. And I signed up for his program,
mm,
and he coached me and he gave me some books, and I went and got a bunch of books, and I have never stopped that. And so I just kept taking program after program after program after program on emotional intelligence.
mm,
And, I was very good with skill sets, of finance and business and stuff like that. But I lacked the emotional intelligence to be able to have conversations, to understand myself and why I was mad and frustrated and all this. And so I've spent the last 15 years focused on that. And so if you want to change your life, well, you need to be around other people that have the intention of changing their lives. And so
mm,
that's what we've created a community that everyone's welcome. If you want to change your life, I don't care how much money you got in your bank account. I don't care what accolades you have or have not accomplished. You're welcome. And that's why
mm,
we make it free for the people that need free. Say, who are you giving to? What difference are you making?
mm.
Right. And at the same time, guess what? We got to make money. We have
That's,
to, because that feeds the machine. And
yeah.
so growing up in Northwest Indiana, on a farm, we were instilled with helping your neighbor and being, doing stuff like that. So my biggest challenge was charging people. I was
Mm.
just like, oh, I can't charge them for that. I want to help them.
Yeah,
But I found, like, if I don't charge, I can't grow
yeah,
because I can't buy the stuff that I need.
yeah.
And so I can actually help more people by actually charging more money. And guess what? I give it back to the people that can't afford to pay me. And then the people that can afford to pay me, I challenge them. I say, hey, CJ, who you giving to? They're
Mm,
like, "Oh my god, I started an animal shelter." Well, fantastic. Or I'm helping kids. Fantastic. Or, I'm feeding the homeless, or I don't know, go doesn't matter what it is, because the gift of giving is the most there's nothing I've ever felt,
mm.
inside of myself
Yeah.
after you give something. And so it's a fun game.